Imagine standing at the threshold of a riverbank just before dawn, your breath suspended in the cold air, like a question you're too afraid to ask. You're alone, or at least you believe you are. The world is still, save for the faint hush of water crawling over stones. You sense something or someone watching. Not a beast, not a man, but a presence. Heavy as thunder, invisible as thought. Then, without warning, the presence lunges. You don't see a face. You don't hear a name. All you know is the force, limbs entangling yours in a grappling chaos. It is neither a stranger nor an enemy. Not exactly, nor is it merely a dream. You feel the full resistance of it. Elbows grinding, skin tearing, ribs bending under weight. You're not just wrestling a body. You're wrestling with meaning, with will, with some terrible divine insistence that refuses to let you go or be understood. And perhaps the most disturbing thing, you wrestle back. That moment, drenched in myth and mystery, sits like a splinter in the soul of Western thought. It is one of the strangest and most psychologically charged stories in all of ancient scripture. The moment when Jacob, patriarch of Israel, wrestles in the dark with something. A man? An angel? God himself? The text does not say plainly. It evades our hunger for clarity, as all true symbols do. What offers instead is confrontation. A man locked in struggle with the divine. A God who does not sit far away on a throne but comes down, makes himself touchable, beatable, woundable, and willing to grapple in the dirt. This is no Hallmark card spirituality. This is not the God of easy blessings or cosmic vending machines. This is the God who bruises, the God who demands, the God who wrestles, and in doing so, asks us to wrestle back. But why? Why would the creator of all things lower himself to fight in the dust with a mere man? What does it mean to say that Jacob prevailed, that he somehow, in this mad twilight struggle, overcame God? And what does it mean that he walked away limping, marked forever by that encounter? The story comes from Genesis 32, and it unfolds like a dream soaked in blood and fear. Jacob, deceiver, runaway, second son, has reached a turning point. He is about to meet his estranged brother Esau, whom he once robbed of both birthright and blessing. He expects violence, retribution, perhaps death. He sends his family and possessions ahead, across the Jabbok River, and stays behind alone, vulnerable, exposed. And then it happens, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of the day. No introduction, no context. The text just drops the line like a stone into a pond, and with it, ripples of existential terror. Because the moment pierces through the surface of religious comfort and plunges into something much darker and more profound. The idea that God is not simply a being to be worshipped, but a force to be struggled with. That faith is not only about surrender, but about confrontation. That blessing does not descend like soft rain, but must be demanded, fought for, even bled for. And Jacob does bleed. He wrestles through the night, refusing to let go. His opponent, whoever or whatever he is, strikes him in the hip, dislocating it. Jacob is now maimed, and yet he clings. Desperately, he cries, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." This is not the language of a meek supplicant. This is the cry of a soul that has tasted exile, deception, longing, and refuses to be forgotten by the heavens. And what happens next is astonishing. The being, this divine adversary, does not destroy Jacob. He does not rebuke his audacity. Instead, he gives him a new name. "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have striven with God and with men, and have prevailed." This name, Israel, becomes the name of a people, a lineage, a history. But more than that, it becomes a destiny, not one of peace or certainty, but one of continual struggle with the divine. To be Israel is not to be cradled by faith. It is to be contorted by it, shaped, scarred, marked by divine resistance. And still, the most haunting part of the story may be what comes after. Jacob walks away with a limp. The blessing has come, but so has the wound. This is the paradox we must confront. the God who blesses by bruising, the God who hides himself in the form of conflict, the God who will not be known in comfort, but must be grasped in the dark, amidst fear and uncertainty. What kind of God is this? What kind of faith survives such a God? And more dangerously, what kind of faith dares to wrestle back? Let us now descend further. Let us take Jacob's wound seriously, not just as a literary motif, but as an existential condition. What happens to the soul that has wrestled with God and walked away broken? What does it mean to live with the limp of encounter? And what if that limp is the beginning of transformation, not its end?